Welcome to Logical Ask. I bet you didn't know your geyser might be breaking the rules of physics. So, have you ever wondered why your physics teacher always says, no machine is 100% efficient, but then you go home, switch on your geyser, and bam, steaming hot water? Where's the energy loss there, huh? Is your geyser secretly a wizard? Let's find out. Before we dive deeper, let's zoom in on what actually happens when you switch on any machine, like your trusty geyser. You feed it electricity, expecting all of that power to magically transform into hot water, but here's the twist. Some of that energy always goes missing. It doesn't just vanish, it escapes in sneaky ways that are easy to overlook. Maybe you've noticed your water heater feels warm to the touch, or you hear a gentle hum. That's energy, slipping away as heat, sound, or even tiny vibrations. It's like your geyser has a few secret escape routes for energy, and unless you're paying close attention, you might never notice where it all goes. In physics, no machine is perfectly efficient. No matter how advanced, every device loses some energy, often as heat, sound, or vibrations. For example, when you use a water heater or laptop, not all the energy goes into heating water or running programs. Some escapes as warmth you can feel. That's a fundamental law of physics. No machine is 100% efficient. So where does all that lost energy actually go? Let's follow the clues. Imagine turning on your geyser and waiting for hot water. As it works, some of the electrical energy is busy heating the water inside. But the rest, it doesn't just disappear. Instead, it sneaks out in different forms, like heat leaking into the air around the tank, or maybe a faint humming sound you hear coming from the appliance. Even the pipes carrying the hot water can get warm, sharing some of that energy with the walls or the floor. If you could see energy, you'd notice it drifting away, spreading out, and warming up everything nearby. It's not gone, it's just moved somewhere else. In physics, energy is always conserved, it just changes shape and location. But what does this mean for your geyser's job? Let's zoom in even closer. Scene 5. The geyser's secret advantage emotion. 3. Music upbeat, inspiring, quirky. So here's the twist. A geyser or water heater's whole job is to produce heat. When it loses energy as heat, it's actually winning. Let me explain. Let's introduce a new character to our story, Entropy. In the world of physics, entropy is a measure of how energy spreads out or becomes more disorganized. Every time your geyser heats water, some of the energy naturally escapes and mixes with its surroundings, increasing the entropy of the system. This isn't a flaw, it's a rule of the universe. The more energy spreads out, the higher the entropy, and the less useful that energy becomes for doing more work. But here's the thing, your geyser doesn't mind. In fact, it relies on the unstoppable march of entropy to do its job. But what clever trick does the geyser use to make the most out of this inevitable energy spread? Let's find out. So here's the twist. A geyser or water heater's whole job is to produce heat. When it loses energy as heat, it's actually winning. Let me explain. When you use your geyser, about 80% of the energy heats your water. The rest, it's lost as heat, warming wires, the heater, and even the pipes. But that heat doesn't just vanish. It lingers in your bathroom, making the air, tiles, and mirror warmer. So even inefficiency can make your space feel cozy. Ever wondered what's happening inside your water heater? As it heats water, some energy always escapes, no matter how well insulated the tank is. That's entropy at work, energy spreading out, becoming less useful. But here's the clever trick. The warmth that leaks out doesn't just vanish, it gently heats your bathroom, making chilly mornings cozier. Even as entropy marches on, your geyser makes the most of every bit of heat. So next time you feel that cozy warmth, remember, it's not just wasted energy, it's the geyser's clever trick. And here's the big myth buster, no device violates physics. Geysers just play the game smarter. They use the fact that heat is the desired product, so any heat loss still looks like a win. Sneaky, right? So next time you hear nothing's 100% efficient, just remember, it's not about perfection, it's about purpose. And when your purpose is to generate heat, even your inefficiencies become part of the solution. Science isn't always about black and white rules. Sometimes it's about clever loopholes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cool science stories. And that's what makes it cool. Smash that like button if this just twisted your brain a little. And comment below, what's the one device you think secretly breaks physics?